Adam, I saw you were like posting about this. Like, what is your perspective on here? First of all, do you even agree with Lulu and what she's said about this?
Oh, listen, when it comes to PR, like I might as well have a tattoo on my wrist that says what would Lulu do, right? I mean, I don't think it's controversial for people to think that Lulu's the GOAT. She just recently raised a fund. I have very, very high confidence in the companies that she ends up seeding because, listen, it's Lulu, right? She knows how to communicate and what resonates. So, with her take, I agree. And I waded into the controversy a little bit because I'm of Indian descent. I was born in Canada, and I've been on the receiving end of racism for being an Indian person or Indian descent. I don't know. I'm inclined to shrug and move on, right? I mean, I've been accused of being smelly myself, and I've been around folks that have had less than a pleasant body odor. And the thing that I find really interesting is that it comes down to people assigning worth or moral value to these observations. When what we're talking about is a lot of the time diet and habits. You eat food that has a certain aromatic profile, your body extrudes that scent. That's just going to be the way it is. Now, if you are in a place where everybody is eating that type of food and, sharing the same habits, well, that's the norm. But when you move into an environment where it's a different environment and people observe it, the observation in of itself, I don't classify that as racism. Now, if you go down the road and do the rest of it, potentially. But as far as this tweet was concerned, the quote unquote original sin, I mean, the guy made a joke, and ostensibly you could say that he was just talking about hackathons. I've been to many. They are smelly, they are multiracial, and they are smelly. And I like to think that, hey, assume positive intent. If you assume positive intent, then life is much easier. So that was the first half of it. The second half of it was about the way the CEO reacted. If all of them had kept their mouths shut, just tune out, log out of Twitter, wait a couple days. By the time they come back online, everybody's moved on to the next thing. And that was the point that I wanted to land. Unfortunately, the point that seemed to land with much of Indian Twitter was that either I was a self-hating Indian or not Indian at all, and that I was just looking to kiss white people's ass. And that's not what I was going for, folks. The point I was making was that if you find yourself in trouble online, shut up. That's it.
Lot of good points made there. In fact, like the first point I want to make about hackathons, because I've gone to many hackathons and I still go to hackathons, was Nikita weighed in from Twitter, head of product at Twitter, and he said, the irony is that we had to bring industrial air blowers into the office after a hackathon because of the smell. And to be abundantly clear, people of all ethnic backgrounds reeked. I mean, I have to